From the uprising in our streets and the call for justice, to the deadly pandemic that went unheeded by top leaders, from immigration reform to climate crisis to the wealth gap, if we're going to make serious progress on the tough issues we face, then we are going to need a whole lot of young people to feel good about voting. We're Feel Good Voting, and here's the reason we exist. In the 2016 election, 63 million people voted for Trump, and 66 million voted for Clinton. And 100 million Americans voted for nobody. The largest bloc of the US electorate did not vote. A recent study by the Knight Foundation reveals the top reasons non-voters don't fill out a ballot. It also shows that the majority of these non-voters are young, 18 to 30 years old. And while young voters historically have had lower levels of turnout, there are now more Gen Z and millennials than older voters. If young voters do show up, they can determine the outcome of the election. And what's really exciting is that young non-voters tend toward candidates who want to advance environmental and social justice policies. So here's the important thing. While young non-voters may feel discouraged or alienated or turned off by the system, they are all on social media. They may be sick of watching campaign ads, but they are closely tuned into their friends and their favorite influencers on social media. Feel Good Voting reaches young people on the engagement frequency. We deliver impactful videos and graphics on social media platforms like Instagram, videos about life and dance and music and food through the lens of our specific micro-influencer partners. The content is highly shareable with voting messages attached. And whether it's a funny parody or an emotional moment, we test every message with action buttons or clickable links so we can immediately understand what messages are really motivating action. Feel Good Voting's innovative approach uses micro-influencers to create authentic, shareable content with a voting message, and then deliver those messages to their existing followers on social media. We make digital messages that inspire voting. We make people feel good about engaging in our democracy and about being part of something big and wonderful and important. Because participation feels good and winning feels fantastic. In this election cycle, a gigantic sum of money is being spent to capture the votes of a very small percentage of older, independent, white, so-called swing voters. At Feel Good Voting, we have a different strategy. We're going to spend a smaller amount of money reaching millions of people who are sitting on the sidelines. We're going to help them raise their voice and cast a ballot. We're going to turn viewers into voters. And we need your help. We need to do this together. And when we do, it's gonna feel good.